Before we get started, a cautionary note. VHS tapes are mylar tape coated with a variety of chemicals depending on the age and manufacturer of the tape. We're going to be getting into the tape shell and removing this tape. There is a possibility of having a contact allergic reaction to these chemicals, and these chemicals also make VHS tapes unsuitable for disposing of regularly in the trash or normal recycling. On the other hand, there are crafters out there who use the tape like plastic bag yarn for making various waterproof items, so if you have concerns about handling the tape, I suggest wearing disposable gloves. But please do not dispose of this tape in the trash or recycling. You all are grown up, so the choice is yours. If you want to try to do something crafty with the tape, great. If you don't want to keep it, please return it to the library. We'll have a return box for it, and we will be sending it to an electronic waste disposal company called Green Disc for appropriate disposal. And whatever choice you make, I do highly recommend washing your hands once you're done touching the tape.
In the kit, you'll get a fairy light, a miniature screwdriver, and a video cassette, and you'll probably need a pair of scissors at some point too. You'll also get an adhesive Velcro strip and a label. The first thing we need to do is remove the screws. There are 4 or 5 screws depending on the exact type of video cassette you have. Make sure to put those screws aside because we'll need them later. Once all the screws were out, we're going to press down on that side button to flip up the cover, and then we'll be able to just pull the 2 halves of the tape apart. You're going to need to take the cover off of the one side. It has a spring side and it has a pivot side. Just make sure to put that down so that you don't get the 2 sides mixed up. Like that. Now for the metal part there, it's really thin metal. Just bend it back and forth until it snaps off and throw that part away. And now we're going to remove the spools and start unspooling that tape. Now again, if you don't feel comfortable handling it with bare hands, go ahead and grab you some gloves. Otherwise, just make sure to wash your hands after. And there's that pile of tape. That was from approximately 30 minutes of video cassette, by the way. Now make sure your fairy lights work. On the controller, there is a little tab to pull out to activate the battery. So depending on what your spools look like, aesthetically, you may want to wrap them around, or you may just want to take your fairy lights and put them on top of the spools, which is what I'm going to do with this. I did try wrapping them and I didn't like the way that looked. So what I have done, there was a clear piece on top of the front of this spool, and I just cracked it off. It didn't take anything. So I'm going to try putting this together this way. Okay, now we're going to reassemble. So first of all, start with the side with the hole up here at the top. And then we're going to take our top piece that folds back and forth and get the end that has the, I don't know what you call that, the sticky outy bit, and get that hooked into the hole like so. And then on this end, that spring just rests right into, she says confidently, right into that corner, okay? We're going to align all of our little pegs and make sure to, oops, before you flop that piece down, make sure you get your wire coming out one of these little divots. Make sure all your other wires tucked into. And then we're going to snap that back together. Okay, now we just need to put our screws back in. Take and then we'll take our
adhesive Velcro.
Apply it to our control and stick it on the back. Add your sticker on the front and voila!